Hi everyone, welcome to Dublin Hill. Starting this episode off on my walk to Tony's Trains Rugby. I wanted to pop there and pick up a loco that I've been looking forward to running. And the last episode, I built up the warehouse ends as well as the little platform bit with the sleepers, which was kind of fun, and it's been kind of received really well. So I had fun with that. A lot of time, like when I'm coming to do videos, I'm thinking, what should I do next? Because you've got to be interested, and you spend probably a little bit too much time like worrying about like, oh, but if I do that, I might struggle with this, and you know, it might not look right. So yeah, you spend a lot of time kind of being a bit anxious about it, and then you put it off. So I thought, let's get a bit of fun stuff going on. Let's get my loco, and then I'll kind of work on some stuff that I've been thinking about. But yeah, we'll talk about that in coming clips. If you don't know, Tony's Trains is at Hillmorton Locks. It's got a beautiful kind of walking area to kind of look around and enjoy. Done my shopping. Got some stuff here. I've got a loco that's nothing to do with a shunting layout. It's one that I went on experience with Tony. It was a 2MT. It was number 18, and that was quite cool. So I went out on the footplate with him. Having thoroughly enjoyable thing last year I did. And then I got my class 22 to look at the box, and then I got some other stuff that we're going to put on the layout today. So I'm going to drive home and we will continue our chat about railways. Just got back, Groot's in the window waiting for tap on the screen so he's in focus. Yeah, gets a bit of fuss, he gets to look out the window, it's all good. But anyway, let's show you what I've got. This is left from where the last video was. I kind of don't put it away all the time because I have to get it back out again. And some things aren't stuck down, which will be eventually. These are my petite property buildings. So Bunter's Yard buildings that I did before. I'm waiting patiently because in the post will be coming my building that will be going here, which we could kind of complete the scene. I can kind of fix things down and work out where things are going. But anyway, behind here, I'll show you. I wanted some of these that security fencing. I said to Tony, I said these ones are kind of like ready to, you know, place and drop. So I just need to make some little holes. You see these little pins here. I'll be able to drop them over here. So I think that would be cool. I need to think about it a little bit, how I want to go about doing it. But I really like that. Some people will mention on the comments about having like some, I guess some trash that's built up behind them for people who have dumped things. I was thinking on the inside we can put some stuff down there. So that's something I think we'll tackle on this episode. That'd be cool. The more exciting things that I got, I'll get it out of the package, but there's this class 22. So this is it. Oh, the body shell's sliding off. I just drop that back down. There we go. So that's that. The body shell comes off in quite an easy manner. And then you can see all the light wiring bits going on there. It's already DCC sound fitted, so I'm guessing this is a big speaker, so it's just going to be a noisy girl. See the lights in here. So normally these things are a bit harder to kind of get apart, so I'm guessing that's all on purpose to make it easier. So it's like the baby warship, I understand people like to call them. Beautiful loco. Looking forward to getting one. A little while I had one of the old Hornby ones. This is by Daphole or Dave Howell, however people want to say it. And then you get a choice of, you know, what codes you want to put on it. You've got the other gubbins in here, some other stuff here. I have no idea what half this is for. Some links for the front. So I'll look through the instructions at some point and go ahead and do all that. So I'm looking forward to running this. Maybe this episode, we'll see. I try to keep the episode short and I talk a lot, so we don't get a lot done, do we? Anyway, got a very good looking loco just there. The other loco that I got is, obviously I gave it away before, but it's this 2MT. I've always liked the look of the 2MT. It's kind of got that cute look to it, small loco. And the tenders looked kind of, I don't know, very different to, what I'm used to seeing. Obviously, I like my Great Western Railway locos, if you've seen my other videos. So I really do like this. And I've been picking up a few of the standards over time. This is one of the latest Hornby ones. It got renumbered, so Tony had a few done of these. So 18 is the one that I went on when I went to the Great Central Railway for the day, whilst Tony took me out on the footplate, which was really wonderful, and I had a really enjoyable time. But no, very good looking loco. The argument that can we have this on the layouts is I guess the argument of it's coming, it's a preservation loco. You know, this is the 90s. The preservation was in, let's say, pardon the pun, full steam. And yeah, so I guess it could have come off here because it's a convenient place. They're going to store it in a siding, you know, waiting to move it on to another point. You can move various things on this. This isn't a review on various products, but it's just me enjoying my railway and kind of talking to you about it and hopefully stimulating you into enjoying it too. So what I've got here is some wet and dry sandpaper. I think it wouldn't really matter what you have. And some scissors. And what I want to do is cut it so it's a shape that can tuck in under here, and it will represent, if I then paint it a lighter shade of grey. The reason for doing that is it looks more like concrete, but it's got texture, which I thought was nice. It'd be perfectly laid concrete that's outside here of, sorry, Minnie, of a kind of depth of like here. It's okay if I come too far because I'm going to be putting on, you know, our shrubbery and ballast and things like that. Not ballast, but you know, like the grass flocks and things around here, and I want to have a little tree. So I think that'd be good, but I want to leave room that I can add in some little work pallets and things like that, things that they've left behind here. Some oil drums, you know, we picked up some of them from Bunter's yard as well, so that'd be good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically just cut this out, get some glue, stick it on. This is our chain link fence. I'm going to be snipping it across there, and then we'll stick it against the building for it to go across, or whichever way. So really what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it so it goes past slightly, and then to blend it in we use the grass. So if I just make a little mark about here, and then I can trim it out. One thing to point out, obviously if you're wondering what sandpaper I'm using some 150 grit, which is a bit more grippy. But I think it's up to you based on how much texture you want to show. If you do it O gauge, you'd probably do a bit thicker. But you know, you drop that in there, that actually looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. So then this will come to that edge. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to glue this down with a bit of super glue. It'll be nice and simple. I like using super glue because it's got an instant nature to it. So if you're confident with what you're doing, you then don't have to wait. And because of how my life is, and I'm generally, like a lot of you, pretty busy with things, I haven't got time to wait for things to dry. So work off an easy system of instant cure glues. Sometimes it bites you because you haven't put something in the right place, but you can forgive yourself. We're all having fun here doing the hobby. I'm wondering if I even need to bother painting that. I'm going to leave it dark. So they had some tarmac laid down there. It's a bit mucky down the end. That's okay. Just need to add a bit of glue under this bit here. Just drop that in there. Little corner. Drop that down. And it should bond reasonably quickly because it's like a paper back, and I find paper dries very quickly. Right, so there we are. This look never looks as nice, but from over here we'll put the fence on and see how that looks. Trim this one to length. Looks like it's a plastic outline and then I guess a brass etched bit that goes in there. So what I'm going to put a little bit of glue, I say a little bit, quite a lot went down there. We're going to bond it onto the building edge, and that will then set the distance for the ones that then sit flat. So if I just pull this forwards, probably end up sticking it to myself, but that will go there. Let that dry, and then this one I'll be drilling some holes. I'm going to do a drill that's oversized for two reasons. One, because I can't really find my other drills, and secondly, it's not going to change the world if the hole's too big for this. The nice thing is when the hole is also bigger, if it's not in the slightly right place, it doesn't matter. So I'm going to drop this in here and drill it. I see the other wall bit hasn't dried yet, which might be quite good because then we can adjust it to suit. So this is one hole that we're going to have to drill. How deep's that? It's a bit of an angle, but be alright. So So that would be there. And then I'll keep it parallel and put the other one here. It goes through the wet and dry. Give it a blow. That will tuck in here. That will sit there. And that will sit against it on that bit. Have I done a good enough job? I'm not so sure on that. Maybe that hole's too close. Okay, so what I'm going to do is actually let that sit back for a moment. We'll glue this on, pop that in, pop that down, put some little bits of glue on here to give it stability. Blow away the extras. Pop that in there. Yeah, that'll work. And I'm just going to use some activator. I've got a little spray one here. Activator's good because it means it's very instant. It will hold where you leave it. So there is some flexibility to it. Right, there's glue all over this because I'm messy. So we'll just drop this glue on here. Drop that down here again. Drop it all over that edge. Hopefully that will go against the wall. And please look good once we're finished. So that will come in at an angle, and that will be perfect actually. Don't freak out if there's like a little gap between the fencing. I don't think anyone's going to notice. And what I can do is I can always have some shrubbery growing up along this edge. What I'll do is a bit of activator, and that'll be it. So what I'll do now is off camera, I'll just glue this other bit on. And I'm going to leave this bit open because we don't know what's happening over here. I like the idea of leaving that to the imagination. There's no doors here, so therefore, you know, might be coming round and whatever. But I think, you know, we can have some bits stacked up over here and keep it interesting. So that is this is our security fencing, I guess we're going to call it. So like I said, left that bit open, set these bits on, super glue holding it together. Hopefully we don't knock it around. Just put the Mini back up here, with this back parked up next to it. Loitering, probably wanting to, like, I don't know, get something out of a van. Anyway, I digress. So the question is, what do I do here? I think I'll do on another episode, like trees and stuff like that coming up over here. I think we'll just grab some little barrels and things from the Bunter's Yards bits that I've got. I think all we'll do to begin with is add some of the barrels that I got from Bunter's. I was thinking that, I don't know, put them by the bit that's already opening. So we'd put it over here, because these are, pulls over. Can't really see what I'm up to. It's all in shadow, so that'll be there. And then they've got another one, so like two old ones that they've used of something and they're just waiting for them to be disposed. And so they've just been dumped out there, or they... Ooh, it's not good when you drop things. Alright, let's have a go. Drop that down next to it. That's been slid up next to it. So just have two barrels there. And we can keep coming back to this and adding and changing and swapping and that. But once things get glued down, they're a bit tricky to get back up, aren't they? That's probably where using a bit of PVA would help in that circumstance. Anyway, so that's done there. So I'm kind of happy with that. I'm wondering what to do next. You remember on the update video, I had the Trains for You lights. So what I want to do is, I think, put one in here. I'm not going to wire it up yet because I want to do that whole layout with the lights on the same circuit. So I figured out, but I was thinking if it was there, it would then light up this area. So I'll just get it out just to show you, because I've been putting off putting the lights on because I thought that's a big project, but actually it needs to be bit by bit. They've wired it up, so it's got a resistor ready to go. So I guess you can put it straight on 12 volts. So the drill hole size that I need to do is, you know, the same size as that resistor. I've got a bit of a platform here, so I don't have to stress about having a hole that's too big. So what I'm going to do, so I'm just going to feel under the layout to see if I've got any wiring. Oh, some stuff that fell off. It's okay. They were in one piece still. These two fell off the tracks. There's no buffer on the other entrance. So, yeah, we're okay. Anyway, I digress. So what I was going to envisage is this sitting just here. Don't know what you think. Would it be, I guess, at an angle, because you wouldn't have the ladder facing that bit. So guess there'd be some overgrowth over here. So if I just pop it in there, the person that has access to here would then also walk around to there, to then climb up there. Back in the day, they had to change it, like, well, light bulb. I guess before you wouldn't have had these kind of lamps. It'd be a bit more modern. Anyway, I'm not an expert on this, so I'm going to drill a hole in just here. It's kind of where my finger is there. Got like a 4-5mm drill bit, so we'll just drop it in there and make a bit of noise. Sawdust to clean up later. So we'll just carefully pop this here, and I'm going to have to look after these wires because they're going to have a hard life when I'm putting this up on the shelf. So after I put this in, I might glue it in place with, I don't know, a tiny tack of super glue. These wires have got a mind of their own, just to make them go straight. Just drop them in here. The thing with model railways, as much as you put time into making things look nice, it doesn't take much to go and bust something that you're working on with your fingers. Okay, so that will be going there. So I'm going to get my super glue again, my famous gluing technique, and just drop some glue in here. What do you think? Would it be like that, or no? It wouldn't be that way. I don't think it would be that way. I think I'll have it facing away. Yeah, let me know in the comments below if you think it's a terrible idea or not. I'm just going to glue that there, a little bit on the back there. I'm doing from like the outside, so if I had to kind of crack it off and move it, I can. If I use PVA glue, I don't think it would glue very quickly. Got a pretty empty bottle of activator. Give it a shake, there we go. Just hold it in place. And it should stay there. So yeah, so as I was saying, that's instantly improved, isn't it? So I think what I'd like to do to kind of maybe finish this off a bit more, like I said, is get a tree, get some pallets. I get an old bicycle that's like kind of been left there to go rusty. Yeah, just stuff going on, and then eventually we can add some shrubbery in, little walked on path. Here because people will be walking on, so I guess some gravel will go to here, and then it'll be shrubbery here. So that'd be kind of fun actually to start adding some scenics to the layout. I have got that building on the way that's going to go here, so that might change my attentions. At the end of the day, we've got to kind of keep ourselves entertained, haven't we? So yes, I think tree, and then bushes, and then yeah, I'll see if I can find a bicycle, either 3D print one or find one off eBay or something. I'm going to call it a day on that video. Kind of happy with what I've got to, and I need some more things to continue doing this. I want to get the bits to go in here, do that. I think that might be the next episode. I'm really happy I've dropped a lamp on here. I will light it up at some point, but like I said, it'll be part of a bigger project. And maybe we can even put a few bits of goods, like some boxes left over here and things like that. So I'm gonna have a look on Bunter's yard because I know he's got the pallets. I'm gonna check that out. I kind of like the idea of supporting you know, these smaller the kind of businesses that are doing things as well. You know, there are lots of big ones you can go to, but there are the smaller ones that do amazing work. So I kind of liked a few things on the website, and I'm looking forward to getting my building that commissioned, which will go a little bit further this way. We can talk about that on another episode. Anyway, so thank you for everyone that's subscribed to the channel, leaves comments and likes. I really do appreciate that, as well as the members and the patrons that are signed up. All the help that you can give to the channel goes straight back into everything. And so thank you for your support. If you'd like to support the channel a bit more, you can through the join button below or going on to Patreon. Thank you as always. I'll see you soon, and goodbye.